All right, guys, we're going to be looking at these Shell Tech from Shell Technologies cases. These are a two-part cases. You've probably seen them already, but it's an alloy base and some kind of steel. What's pretty neat about these, you shoot them and they are retrievable via magnet. It's pretty neat. I sprayed them down with some one shot as they recommend. They're super lubrous. One interesting thing is cleaning. I'm not sure how you're going to clean these. Typically you use these extremely difficult to deal with micro pins, and you put them in this dishwashing machine, and then when you're using a brass case you can separate them using a magnet, but since this is magnet, that may be an issue. Maybe we'll have to use an ultrasonic cleaner, but I know ultrasonic cleaners will eat alloys, so that's something to think about. Maybe we'll use a 5-gallon drum of isopropyl alcohol. Maybe they'll be brand new every time, who knows. Gonna do a quick little test here. Gonna load some Montana Gold 115 hollow points. This is gonna be for my PCC. When you get this, you have to install these two carbide sizing capping die, expanding flaring die. So I got 1,500 of these, and these two dies for like 250 bucks, I think. We're gonna just check to see what this looks like. This is all factory settings here. I'm gonna go ahead and measure one of these cases. Oops, let me zero that out. I'm doing it backwards here. All right, so we got a zero of 0.3760. We'll go ahead and zero that out. Run this through the station here. Quite a bit of neck tension required there. Okay, from there it looks like it shrunk it down. It's negative 0.0035. We'll go ahead and put it through the next die. Now we're plus 0030. So it doesn't really have a bell mouth or flare. But looks like you'd be able to get a bullet in there. I'm not going to put any powder in this one or primer. I'm just going to try to set the overall length and see how these push in. Alright, so now we got a bullet in there. We started out with 0. Now we're at plus 40 with the bullet in there. Go ahead and put some tension on this. And now we're plus 0.0005. So 5/10,000ths of an inch. And let's go ahead and zero this out again. The measurement is 3780. I think that was my target with brass too. I'll do another quick test here I like to do. So we got an overall length of 1.1345. That's perfect for what I'm trying to do with this thing. Got this pretty heavy duty vise here. Almost knocking over the vise with a 1050 on it. Pretty good amount of pressure. And 1.1345, so that's a pretty good amount of tension. These things are light. It feels like if you ever grab a titanium bolt after using steel bolts, this is what this feels like. It feels nose heavy. So obviously it doesn't have powder or primer in there, but you know what, we'll do that real quick. We'll run one all the way through. Quite a bit of downforce pressure on that stroke with that case. That feels pretty typical compared to a normal Dillon. It's got a loud pop there. I guess that feels normal. Primer, that feels very smooth. Powder. I don't have the checker in there right now. And just see if we got any additional flare here when we put that powder in there. So it's at 0.380. Go ahead and run the bullet. The bullet still wants to kind of tip over in there. Alright, so that's one complete 9mm bullet, Montana Gold 115, 4.3 grains of Vetiver N320 powder here. And a Federal Match primer pushed in. Those are soft primers, so that went in very smooth and nice. Case has got good lubricity. And let's do quick specs. We got 0 there. We got 1.1350 on the overall length, exactly what I'm looking for. And we got 0.3770. This is inches, thousandths of an inch. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that. It was about 200 something bucks for 1,500 rounds and a die. Just curious. Oh, look at that. It'll pick up a loaded round. Pretty sweet. Alright, I shut off the video a little early there, and this is the most important part to me, is does it case gauge? This is one without a primer that I loaded. I loaded 2. So, looks like it drops in there very nice. Drops out very nice. Very happy with that. And this is the hundo, I guess you call it. And yeah, seems to be about right. Cool. So there you have it. Looks like it loads, case gauges, holds attention. It's lightweight. Pretty impressed.